A fundamental observation the book brings is about evolution. An observation that leads to the conclusion that the being never evolves, it merely adapts to designed or imposed conditions. Considering evolution, therefore, in any of its interpretations, differentiates the views on whether the being is within or outside of itself. Outside of itself, evolutionary theories make sense only until the moment the being realizes that evolution leads it away from itself, meaning it devolves. It has become clear that saying the being has past lives, or that there will be reunions in future lives, is yet another trap leading to the stagnation of the being in hope. This is contrary to the book's perspective and is also exceedingly obvious. Concepts such as heaven, hell, and paradise, along with the theories of creationism or evolutionism, obscure the vision of the being as it passes through these concepts momentarily. Observe the numerous constructs created to hinder the being in its breathing. Not understanding leads to misunderstanding and to conformism in the acceptance of these dogmas, encouraging the being and, in many cases, winning the battle for its stagnation. It is crucial to emphasize that the book will never oppose the being's positions or its absorptions, for it serves the being. According to this principle, it is entirely at the being's disposal. To the being, the book integrates as an observer, revealer, faithful supporter, and sole savior of the being, surpassing the nearly endless natural capacity the being has to so easily delude itself. The book does not cease to accompany the being, and can be read starting from any of its parts. The book offers the vision of a major being, connected to a minor being, through an invisible thread, along which flows an intimate heritage. The minor being, in turn, receives a historical heritage, of which it is designated the guardian. The external body, extreme and sensitive, ignorantly accepts the responsibility of being the maintainer of a culture of limited importance. As a guardian, it believes in the relevance, purpose, and rightful dedication to a falsely noble cause, being part of the preservation of an imposed memory that must be immortalized. The minor and peripheral being, committed to this task, is elevated, ennobled, and deified in this ministry, and its name is inserted into this memory and history. A simple yet compassionate look reveals another deception of which the minor being is merely a victim. The misuse of misunderstood virtues sustains the pleasure of actions of apparent beneficence that support and justify dangerous enslaving conformism. The major being is tireless in sending clarifying signals which are not always received. The minor being is prodigal in succumbing to appearances, standards, and illusions, incapacitating itself from real vision, and surrendering to a peripheral world. However, the signals are constant and clear, and in this state, the book may seem difficult to read and sometimes unacceptable. Yet, as an instrument of the major being, it flows naturally, permeating invisibly the subtlety that surrounds the being, and touching each of its layers. It is impossible not to hear it, and the pleasure of listening to it is incomparable, not only for the firmness of its responses, but also for the joy of understanding. There is not a single being that has not heard it, even while following peripheral convictions, for the book comes from the depths of an equally profound being, and when read, it provokes laughter in a being entangled in so many superstitions.